Here we are in Alamo Plaza in San Antonio, Texas, across the street from the Alamo Chapel and the Long Barracks, which are right there to the right. And that's the actual chapel that was part of the scene of battle in 1836, February 23rd through March 6th, 13 days of siege. Finally fell in the morning of the 6th March to General Antonio Lopez de Santana and thousands of Mexican troops, perhaps 4,000 or so, against defenders of about 185, 200. And there's a close-up of the chapel, which served as a mission for many years, from 1719 thereabouts to 1793, long before the battle took place, when this was Spanish Texas. And then in 1810 it became Mexican Texas. And the defenders here fought under the Mexican Constitution of 1824. And it was a holding action here. A fellow by the name of James Neal was in charge, been placed in charge of this compound by Sam Houston. And then later on he sent Jim Bowie and about 30 men with instructions to destroy the complex itself and to take his men eastward to join the Texas Army. But Neal persuaded Jim Bowie to not destroy it, but rather to hold this fortifications, which extended really as far as you can see. This is all part of the battleground you're looking at. None of this is here, of course. Extended even further than those stores that you see. All this is part of the perimeter they had to defend with just about 185 men, so you can see quite a task. There's really no way to hold it. It's really surprising they held it for 13 days before it fell. But it fell all it did, so every man here was put to the sword, save one man. History brings us his name, Gregorio Esparza. His brother had been a soldier in the Mexican army during the battle, and it was literally brother against brother, but he located his brother's body after the battle, and Santa Anna had ordered all defenders to be burned on a funeral pyre or several pyres and cremated, but he had asked for permission to bury his brother not far from here at San Fernando Cathedral in the Campo Santo, or the cemetery. The permission was granted by the general, and he did bury his brother, the only person that received Christian burial after the battle here on the Texan side. And he left a widow and daughter and 2 or 3 boys, who later were given land grants south of here in Bledman, Texas. So his descendants still continue in the area to this day, as do many descendants of the Alamo defenders who live still in Texas or in San Antonio. This is all part of the original building that you're looking at, except for the top part, which was added later. All this is original, of course. This top part of the facade, that's covered partially by a tree, was added much later. After the battle, of course, this area was all abandoned. And there used to be a big old store, mercantile store placed right here. A very large building next to it. Even the U.S. Army used this as a depot. So it wasn't taken care of until a lady by the name of de Zavala, who was the granddaughter of Lorenzo de Zavala, who was the first vice president of the Republic of Texas, took it upon herself to make sure that this site was preserved for all time, so that people could enjoy seeing the Cradle of Texas Liberty. So again, this is the Alamo, San Antonio, Texas, Bexar County.